Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Time to engage, time to get involved because Munna Bhai is in a spot of bother. His last release is under scrutiny. 17 months after he got out of the Yerwada jail, the Maharashtra government is ready to put him back in there if the court so desires. Favorable paroles, furloughs and an 8-month and 16-day early remission are the subject of court scrutiny. The plea says the Aam Aadmi doesn't get the same treatment. So if the rule book was followed to the T for Sanju Baba, then does that mean that rules have been brazenly flouted for the Aam Aadmi? Either Sanjay Dutt will have to go back to jail or somewhere around 600 odd convicts should be released or should be sent out or given their paroles, given their furloughs, early remissions right now.
In February 2016, Sanjay Dutt would have thought that this would be the final goodbye to the prison walls of Yerwada jail. But that could all change if the Bombay High Court rules that everyone's Munna Bhai enjoyed a privileged prison term. Sanjay Dutt was given 307 days in prison, of which he spent 118 days out on parole or furlough. Add to that an 8-month earlier remission of sentence on his discipline and good conduct. The very definition and parameters are now being sought by the petitioners. And if it is any different from other convicts,
there are many discrepancies in the parole and the furlough in the dates. The government has given some favor. It appears from the and it reveals from the affidavit that government has given the favor to the Sanjay Dutt and his preferential treatment is given to him. Therefore, court has observed and asked the state government to file the affidavit explaining that why he was shown favor and what was the criteria of the good behavior.
High Court wants to know if there is any rule which permits you to do this. If there is a rule, you can't act in contravention of that rule completely. You want to grant him freedom. Do it up front. You can't do it in a circuitous manner.
The High Court is rightly saying what is meant by good conduct and good behavior. But one has to keep in mind, according to the jail authorities, they have never granted any particular benefit or extended any facility to the actor. But now we have to see what High Court takes a call on it.
The Maharashtra government that earlier justified the early release now finds itself cornered and has offered to send Dutt back to jail if the court so deems, while passing the buck on to the jail authorities.
If you would like to question the jail authorities. You cannot question the Maharashtra state government. We are not sitting here on judgment to watch which prisoner's conduct is good and which prisoner should be given furlough or parole or not.
In 2 weeks, the government will have to convince the court that they haven't been partisan. Else, either Sanjay Dutt goes back into jail or will the court order the immediate release of the other applicants. Dutt jailbreaks has the Maharashtra government tied in knots. Bureau Report, Times Now.
Tonight, the debate on the Newshour at 10. Prison privilege only for celebrity.
You're watching the Newshour at 10. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what was decided and this is what was given by the Maharashtra government when they solidly stood behind his early release. They said 7 days per month for good behavior, adding towards the remission. This is how they calculated Sanjay Dutt's remission. The second point, they said that the months when furlough and parole were sought were not included in the remission. Then they said 30 days annual good conduct remission is what was added per year. From 2013, in May 16th, when he surrendered, till the 25th of February 2016, the calculation made across over what was actually supposed to be 42 months in prison. Then, all parameters overall adding to 8 months, 16 days. Total remission that's been given to Sanjay Dutt between 2013 and 2016 is calculation for all of these people and such due diligence done? I don't know. Let's ask the government. Is good conduct assessed in Dutt's case the same for all prisoners? What is good conduct for Sanjay Dutt and what is good conduct for another Aam Aadmi? Question. How many prisoners in state prisons receive the additional annual good conduct remission? 30 days. 30 days annual good conduct remission. I don't know the numbers, but we've been looking. We haven't found too many. In fact, one of the jailmates in the same case, she did not get this treatment. We know who we are talking about. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Last question. Was there discrimination in assessing Sanjay Dutt's good conduct compared to others? These are the questions that we are asking on the Newshour tonight as we throw open the debate. And here's something special for all our guests. As I say, good evening. Good evening to all of them. They're all there in the panel. We have Abha Singh right to my left. Here Sujay Kantawala to my right. And then Sanju Verma over there. I don't know how the decibel levels are going to be there on the newsroom tonight, Newshour studios tonight, but we're going to have a good debate, ladies and gentlemen. It's an important aspect. Privileges, prison privileges only for celebrities, or is he being targeted only because he's a celebrity? Have they gone by the rule book? Nitin Satpute, who is appearing on behalf of the petitioner in court, with us in the studio. So we'll see what the arguments that he placed. Swapnil Kothari with us. We have Shamsher Pathan, president of the Awami Vikas Party, former top cop himself. So he will know whether संजय दत्त के साथ कोई कोताही बरती गई, उनको कोई ढील दी गई, क्या हुआ, आप बता देंगे. And then Nasir Abdullah will be joining us, but of course, how can I forget? Priya Malik, actor and former Big Boss contestant, also with us in the studio. And what's special, ladies and gentlemen, if you can get the cameras here and show, we are going immersive. We are going immersive tonight. If you can get the camera to come in and show what the viewer can see. This is what you can see. You go to youtube.com, the Newshour at 10, and it is virtual reality, a 360 degree experience that you will get on your laptops, on your virtual reality hand kit, where you can see not just the entire panelists, but also the entire Newshour studio. So nothing's hidden. You might not see them on your TV screens, but you wear your VR gear or you get on to YouTube, onto your laptops like I have just now, and you can see all of us at all points in time on the Newshour tonight. So let's throw it open and ask Nitin Satpute, what's the problem? Are you worried that Sanjay Dutt got off easy and got off early, or are you worried that there are others who are not getting the same treatment?
Right. There are many convicts inside of the jail. There are 27,747 convicts inside of the jail of the Maharashtra. But special treatment is given to the Sanjay Dutt. The same treatment is not given to the other prisoners. The parole application and furlough application has not been considered. In my case, my petitioner, he himself is a convict, but his application has been rejected.
Why? Now, on what grounds?
Rejected. Just merely rejected.
There is no grounds.
No ground. There are many convicts they are suffering from the TB, AIDS, and many other diseases. On this medical ground, they are not getting parole and furlough, not getting remission. I am also handling the matter of the Manjula Shetty. She has a good behavior. Therefore, she was appointed as a warden in the inside of the. Still, she is suffering from the entire lifetime in the jail. She was not considered for the remission on the ground of good behavior. And ultimately, she is died due to the negligence by the jail authority. In this case, how the special treatment is given to the Sanjay Dutt, I have a list. The state government has prepared the list. Yes. I can tell you the serial number, the Sanjay Dutt serial number was in the parole list. That is, serial number 203 was his serial number, but he was considered for the furlough at serial number 10 by skipping all the prisoners.
So let's just get this clear. His serial number was 203 for furlough.
Furlough.
This is the first application of the furlough or the second application that you're talking about?
No, there is a list. Okay. First application.
First application. Date of application 24th of June 2013. Is that the case? The first furlough?
There is a list.
The date of the order was 19th of September. I have it here. Is this the list? The list of the furlough? That's what is...
That is my document is submitted by this...
that's the size submitted by the government. I've just got
I have got the real one also.
Now, what they are saying, ladies and gentlemen, what Nitin Satpute says right now is Sanjay Dutt was 203 in the list. 203. And what was the number that he was considered?
10. By skipping all the 200s.
You can do the math. 203 in the list, and at number 10 is what he was considered.
Yeah. And the other list
but no rules were flouted.
No rules have been flouted.
No,
skipping all these.
The Maharashtra government says no rules have been
flouted. Another list is a Parole. His serial number was 238 and he was considered as serial number 28.
Second list.
Second list.
So 238, are you sure?
Yes, I have got the list.
3 अपने आप गायब हो गया बीच में से. 238 became 28.
28.
That's the reality. You might think I'm being funny here, but that's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. 238 in the second application of furlough dated 22nd of July 2014. It was considered date of the order 22nd of December 2014. From 238, the list comes down to 28. But still, no rules were flouted. As per the Maharashtra.
You can show the views this list 238. They have skipped all this thing. And now he was considered for the remission of on the ground of good behavior. What was the good behavior? He's jumping the parole, he's jumping the furlough. That is good behavior. He has jumped the furlough for 2 days, and jail authority has put up the proposal for the taking action.
But tell me one thing. I'm just playing the devil's advocate because we have to argue both sides here, and Priya Malik will also ask, did you do this due diligence on all the others who have got parole and furlough, or have you picked up only Sanjay Dutt out?
No. This petition is not against the Sanjay Dutt. This is a petition. If Sanjay Dutt is getting this benefit, all prisoners.
So you're saying Sanjay Dutt is not your Khalnayak?
No.
Who's your Khalnayak in this?
Government is obvious. Government.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, Priya.
Do you know that the Maharashtra government has the highest number of parole jumpers?
Sorry, I'm not getting you.
Do you
Maharashtra
know that
government has
since
the highest.
2004, we are in 2017 at the moment. Maharashtra as a state has the highest number of parole jumpers. In fact, if you look from 2004 to 2014, we've got 8,890 parole jumpers in our country. And nobody has questioned them. I'm not saying that Sanjay Dutt should not be questioned. Totally he should be. He does not deserve any special treatment being a celebrity or an actor. We are all equal in the eyes of law. But has this issue been raised? Because I've got stats from 2004. I'm taking you back 13 years.
But Priya, that's
poor people inside of the jail.
Oh, I'm also, let me also bring you to a very infamous case in Maharashtra, Vijay Palangi, a double murderer, released on parole, and he killed more people.
One at a time, because all of you are in the studio, you will not be audible. So let Priya ask her question, and then Abha Singh, you
reply to Priya's question.
Yeah. Sure.
Recently, there was this rape case in Vadala, rape and murder, and the watchman was involved in that, and he was given parole and he jumped. And after that, now there's a proposal in the government which has been led that criminals involved in rapes and murders should not be given parole and furlough. So I'm trying to tell you that yes, people are tracking sensitive cases like in rapes and murders if they've jumped, and changes are being brought. So it is not that only Sanjay Dutt is being pointed out. It is other cases, because this was the security guard of Vadala building where Pallavi Purkayas, whom he tried to rape and she was murdered. And after that, now this amendment is coming. No parole for rapists and murderers.
So, because there are many
and let me tell you, even if those who are jumping, it is corruption of the jail authorities. And in spite of we raising so many issues, the government has let them go easy. And that is why the problem is in jail everywhere. And I think that is where the government has to answer.
And that's the problem. No, I completely agree with her. Like, obviously.
So we are in agreement on some aspects that those who jump paroles are wrong.
100%.
Right, but the other question that I'm asking you is that the state government says that they have done everything by the book for Sanjay Dutt. If they have done everything by the book for Sanjay Dutt, why aren't they doing it for everybody else?
They must do it right.
Yes.
Okay, I've heard a couple of viewpoints here. First, I would like to make one point very clear, and that is that Sanjay Dutt was supposed to serve 42 months in jail, as you rightly pointed out. There are two, viewpoints. One that, the remission that he could have availed of was 256 days, and the other works out to 294 days based on the 7 days remission per month. He availed at the time of his exit. In February 2016, he availed of total remission of 240 days. So he still had some remission to his credit, technically speaking. So technically speaking, he did not avail of the entire remission due to him based on furlough and parole. which included 7 days a month. So technically, all I'm saying is technically he still.
Be grateful.
Let me complete, Anand.
Okay, let it
I'm just completing. Abba Singh, there's no need to get excited. You'll get your turn. All I'm saying is that technically speaking, even if you assume that he was to avail of remission to the extent of only 256 days at the time of his exit from the prison in Feb 2016, he had availed of 240 days. So technically, there was no breach. I'm not sitting here.
Remission? Anand,
these are calculations based on the prison manual. I'm not throwing a figure off the hat.
No, on what parameters?
It's a figure based on the prison manual of Maharashtra.
Wait a minute.
Equality. On what parameters was this remission only given to Sanjay Dutt? What about the others? When you say that there were 200 people in the waiting, how he was brought forward? These are the issues. You may say he may have 20 days more, 40 days more, because that is the jail authorities which have to give remission. And that is what the Bombay High Court is questioning. And let me tell you, good behavior. I think good behavior for Sanjay Dutt was getting pictures clicked with the jail authorities, with their families, and coming and dancing in the police function. That is good behavior, and that is why Bombay High Court
I'll give you a very interesting statistic.
What is good behavior?
On the ground of good behavior, remission has been granted. What good behavior? He was working like a other prisoner inside of the jail. We asked for the CCTV footage whether he was working inside of. They have refused to give me that. Sanjay has objected for to issue give this CCTV footage to you. So we doubt that whether he was really working inside.
Exactly.
That is good behavior.
My point is.
And jail authorities are expert at destroying CCTV, as we saw in Manjula Shetty's case.
I need to respond to Mr. Satpute.
Case, they have destroyed the.
I would like to respond to Mr. Satpute.
We are missing one important point, ladies and gentlemen. Swapnil Kothari and Sujay Kantawala and Nasir Abdullah come in, please, and Mr. Pathan. Sir, the important point that we are missing is Sanjay Dutt took 16 days less, is what she is highlighting. But the government gave him 16 days more. Please tell me in your career, sir, how many prisoners have got more days?
No prisoners.
नहीं how many prisoners have got? भाई तुम्हारा 290 दिन बनता है, तुम लेके जाओ और फिर prisoner बोलता है नहीं मुझे 240 दिन तो चलेगा.
I was pointing out the technicality.
No, the technicality is what I'm asking you, and the government says we followed all the rules. So please tell me, sir. आपके काफी सारे कैदी होंगे जिनको आप भी जानते होंगे. lot of them must have got parole, furlough, remission of sentence. कोई ऐसा है जिसने मांगा 10 दिन और उसको 50 दिन मिल गए?
नहीं, ऐसा कोई भी अब तक मिला. पहला ही केस है, मैडम बताए हैं अभी ये.
सर मैं आपसे कुछ पूछना चाहती हूँ.
उनको बोलने दो पहले.
ठीक है, बोलिए.
There are many poor accused there inside who are suffering from various disease. A petty offender, they don't have money to go on parole or furlough. They are not considered. Is it a way that jail authority and government is working? No doubt the special treatment is given to Sanjay Dutt. But now what I say, now madam says that 10 days or 16 days or more he suffered. So government has to pay compensation to him.
I'll come to that, sir. Can I now respond to you?
Yeah.
I don't want to scream because we need to keep the decibel levels low. But let me come straight to the point. There's a Supreme Court diktat. And I think nobody here, since you have eminent lawyers on the panel, so I'm not fibbing. There's a Supreme Court diktat which says that, early in 2016, the Supreme Court said that convicts who have engaged in good behavior and have at least completed 50% of their sentence need to be allowed to go scot-free. Need to be, and let me tell you one thing. Do you know what happened between July 2015? These are not figures that I'm throwing off the hat. Anand, let me just complete. This is in the NCRB data under the aegis of the Ministry of Home Affairs.
Right.
You can check that. 4,923 under trial convicts from Maharashtra alone, accounting for 28% of the total prison population in Maharashtra, was allowed to go scot-free or leave the jail on the premise of good behavior.
Yes,
on the basis of why did the High Court not question good behavior then? Why did the High Court not question good behavior then?
That even when he was out on parole and furlough, that was also treated as good behavior. What is good behavior?
What is parameter?
And even the time when, and what court said, when did you judge his good behavior? When most of the time he was out on parole and furlough.
Yeah.
These were the two questions which were raised by Bombay High Court.
Because the Supreme Court actually handed the Maharashtra government Parliament. Which lawyer on this panel will question the Supreme Court?
Now, can I highlight one?
That were allowed to leave good behavior.
Okay.
Will you question the Supreme Court? Are you willing to file a PIL on that front?
You are saying
do so.
If you are saying that there was nothing wrong with the way Sanjay Dutt's case was handled, we appreciate that. Absolutely, that there was nothing wrong in the way Sanjay Dutt's case was handled. But please tell me, since you were highlighting technicality today, Sanju Verma, please tell me, sir, what is the technicality when somebody's furlough number is 238 and is processed at number 28?
Yes, Anand, the very fact that the way the
so where is the technicality when somebody says, "ठीक है, court के अंदर case है, the person is demanding, show me the good behavior example." What do you mean by good behavior? So a celebrity was working like an Aam Aadmi, that is good behavior. So if an Aam Aadmi works like a celebrity, that is good behavior?
The very fact that...
No, please, what is parity inside the prison?
There is no such parity employed here by the jail authorities for the simple reason that the jail authorities have glossed over the certain rules of the, parole and furlough rules, and clearly some people are treated more equally than the others. Now, as far as this particular aspect is concerned, which you mentioned, Anand, that, the furlough becomes a matter of right. It's given annually to a person for 14 days, and for a person who's been convicted between 1 to 5 years. Surprisingly, he utilized only 44 days of furlough. And parole, which is given only in exigent circumstances, which is like death, sickness, family urgency, emergency, etc., he utilizes 118 days. So surely, and that parole is given at the discretion. Now, the key word here is discretion, Anand. Whose discretion? And how does that discretion work? Now, this clearly indicates that the parole and the furlough rules were flouted, and once the report has been given to the home minister, which in case here is the chief minister, where don't you question as to whether these rules have been flouted, and you simply say yes, please grant this remission and let Sanjay Dutt be released? This is something which thanks to the petitioner and his advocate, the High Court is examining.
There are people engaging on involve.in and also on Twitter. You can read this. I've just opened up the hashtag and somebody says Sasikala is in jail in Bangalore, has got very, very good behavior. She should also be released on good conduct. See, people are... So there are... See, what happens is this good conduct is a very loosely...
Manjula Shetty was considered for the good behavior.
Correct.
For remission.
Yeah, Manjula Shetty lost her life because they said that she was trying to... bad behavior inside prison is what the jail authorities are right now saying.
She was appointed as a warden because of...
My point is, Sujay Kantawala, as you start speaking 24 minutes into the debate, let me ask Nasir Abdullah as he bring him in after. Please tell me, sir, this prison, jails, the prison department comes under who in the Maharashtra government, in the centre?
Definitely, it comes under the Home Department. And
who is the Home Minister of the...
Currently, the Home Department is under the Chief Minister.
Under the Chief Minister. So, if the Chief Minister does not...
But let me, as a lawyer, let me contribute. The matter is pending before the High Court. Mr. Satpute has said he does not seek any relief as far as Sanjay Dutt is concerned. He doesn't seek... But Sanjay Dutt case is now being made as a test case. And therefore, it is very important for the High Court to examine as to how and on what basis these kind of rules are being flouted, if they are being flouted, or if fresh guidelines are to be issued so that deserving people... See, listen, it's not your right that 45 days I will claim and I will get it and everybody should get it. You have to deserve it. You have to deserve it in the facts and circumstances of the case. So, as my friend said that 14 days was less, Arre Baba, that's not the case. Why 14 days was less? You have one minute. What I'm trying to say is that you may even claim only 5 days if you deserve it. You don't, just because you're a convict, you don't need to get those 45 days. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but the case by case, Sanjay Dutt to case ho gaya. So what about the other? Somebody like a Hari Ram or a Ramlal or somebody else, whoever it is, or in this case the petitioner, they don't get...
Even one person who does not get the benefit which he deserves is violation of Article 14. And therefore heads should roll. Those people who are accountable...
So please tell me. Now I've got 2014 numbers where it says 750 applications for parole in Yerwada prison. 314 of them rejected, 232 of them were held back pending police clearance.
So 314 were bad boys. They didn't have good behavior.
But 232 to deserve.
That's right.
232 deserve. 232 deserve. Now my question is.
Their parents' deathbed, and Sanjay Dutt was let go because his daughter was having a nose
for
surgery.
28 days he got that. That
because
period
his daughter was getting
days.
a nose surgery. Are we looking at the gravity of the situation here?
So therefore,
like
now High Court has
acting fraternity myself, I would never ever want special treatment on the basis of somebody's status in our society, and I think that's the problem we face as a country. Our politicians get special privileges, our actors get special privileges, and our sports people get special privileges, and our common man is down there trodden by our law, and that is the problem here.
That's why I've always said, one minute. That's why I've always said that judiciary is the last bastion of hope. And therefore, our division bench is examining this issue. I'm glad you have taken up this issue. And they are, with an eagle's eye, they are watching it. And I'm sure they are going to lay down proper guidelines.
Sir, there is a reason why I'm debating. Nasir Abdullah has not spoken. Nasir Abdullah, where do you stand on this matter? Is Sanjay Dutt's case being highlighted because he's a celebrity? Or are you happy his case is being highlighted because of Sanjay Dutt? There will be a lot of others who can now hope for justice.
Maybe, yes. You know what? Let's get one thing, that Sanjay Dutt is a Bollywood star. Can I speak?
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
And so the fact that he's a Bollywood star got him the preferential treatment. That is acceptable, and it happens all the time. Now, because he's also a star, they can use this against him as well. That why was he given the favorite treatment, etc. My feeling is that let's remember one thing. He has not committed a heinous crime. He is not wanted for murder.
Is a crime.
He is not a part of the conspiracy.
Is a crime.
So deep inside, everybody knows that. He happened to make a stupid mistake. He made a stupid mistake. Can I keep talking? Can I keep talking?
Can I please interrupt?
Can I keep talking? He did not commit a murder. He was not a part of the conspiracy.
But
so he can be sort of forgiven. Things can be taken easy because, and he's a star, and his father was a politician.
Nasir Abdullah is saying
he was a lucky man. He was not the charges of
crimes on a scale of 10 for me.
Terrorism were not
no, he is now saying good crime, bad crime. He's trying to rate crime also. So how can you do
punishment?
Nasir Abdullah, are you all right? Nasir Abdullah. Wait. Yes, Shamsher Pradhan, you want to say something?
He was arrested under TADA.
I can't hear a thing. There are too many people talking.
And always remember one thing, the TADA is applied to the whole case, not to a particular person.
Yeah.
He has taken the AK-47, he disposed it off, he destroyed the evidence. He attacked TADA. But that time, that conviction was done under Arms Act. So that time nobody shouted. Everybody except Sanjay Dutt are facing TADA charges and TADA conviction. They are in all jail. So that time also, the rules were flawed that time.
Illegal possession, yes.
Possession in a TADA case. Not one thing, it is a assembly of all the rogues people, and he was there. He has taken, not conspiracy, he was in possession of the AK-47.
I'll tell you what.
So that the first beginning happened to him, that he was exonerated from TADA.
And the people who took that gun from Sanjay Dutt to destroy it were charged under TADA.
And
that was the first favourable treatment.
They are convicted for life.
And CBI was not given permission to appeal in CBI.
I think this is very unfair. The Supreme Court has passed an order, we should not comment.
No, Supreme Court, the lower court. No, the TADA court convicted, not Supreme Court. TADA court, Justice Kode convicted him under Arms Act.
Swapnil, you must...
No. Excuse me. Justice Kode convicted him under
Supreme Court
Arms Act.
Merits for the case.
No, only the person.
Absolutely. Now wait, correct. Now, yes, absolutely. We are all...
No, what I say now, whatever happens, happened now. What I say...
Okay, now come back. One second. Yeah.
Whatever happened now.
Yeah.
He is out now. Maybe some rules must have been flawed. But now, listen one thing.
My point is, sir...
One minute, let me finish. Now he is living his life. Now he is under freedom. Don't put pressure on him now, and he will be a disturbance. No, listen one thing. I'm talking very practical thing. You don't agree.
We are not putting pressure.
Don't agree with me.
Understand.
What is my opinion? I'm telling.
Please understand. Please understand.
But what I say.
Please understand.
Whatever the benefit are given to him, let it go to
Pathan. Yeah, that's the plea. Correct. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
One of the co-accused or person who was convicted was Zebunisa Qazi. She was a septuagenarian. This is what happened. She had health issues. She was far more older than Sanjay Dutt. She herself had health issues. You know what? She got 1 month parole in 2014 and 14-day furlough in 2015. Sanjay Dutt received parole for 30 days for his daughter's nose surgery.
Anand, can I make
my point is, my simple thing is,
just
we are not grudging anybody's freedom. We are not grudging anybody's parole or furlough. We are just saying, was इसको दे रहे हो तो उसको भी दो सबको बराबर
This is not fair. Let me come in on the Zebunisa.
Other people get the benefit out of that.
Just because Sanjay Dutt has got it, everyone else should get it.
Yeah.
The issue is if the jail, whether the rules were flouted or not. That is the issue. If they have violated the rules, either due to corruption or due to political pressure, the corrupt jail authorities need to be penalized. When he jumped his furlough for 2 days and the file was sent to Mantralaya and the ACS home and other IS officers exonerated him and gave him remission, even though he had flouted. And as per rule, his further parole and furlough should have been deducted.
Yes.
That is what the law says. So he is given remission, even though he should have been penalized.
Yes.
And on top of that, now the Chief Minister comes and says, oh, we never intervened. We were not interfering. And now if the court wants, if the court wants, we can send him back.
No, this is not.
Is this a child's play? There is a law of the land. There is a law of the land. There is a law of the land. This is not his kingdom. This is not his kingdom.
I was saying one second. Yes,
we cannot have a one-sided debate where everybody from the other side is seemingly making the point. Let me just make one point. One point
to give Sanjay Dutt preferential treatment. And I'm okay with that.
Nasir, coming to you, sir. Nasir, coming to you after that. You should have been in the studio. Yes.
I want to make one point on the Zebunisa issue because I knew you would raise this. I did my homework. Unlike Sanjay Dutt, and I'm surprised that none of the eminent lawyers here even squeaked. They should have protested because I think your audience deserves to know this. Zebunisa was convicted under 2 sections of TADA. One was section 3 and one was section 6. 1 minute, Abha Singh, please don't interrupt me now. Section 6 was violation of the Arms Act, the same clause for which Sanjay Dutt was also convicted. But the reason why Zebunisa got a harsher punishment was because of section 3, which says that she not only violated the Arms Act, but she facilitated, the Supreme Court's language, she facilitated the commission of a terrorist activity. And that is the reason her parole and furlough was far lower than Sanjay Dutt's. So
okay, now wait. Wait.
I'm surprised none of
the Now have you made a point?
Yes.
Let the lawyers speak.
One small point. This is what I was saying. Sapnil, 1 minute.
I've got 2
one small point.
I was saying let Sapnil speak. Okay.
TADA, that gun for which Zebunisa was tried under TADA, is the same AK-47 which was picked up from Sanjay Dutt's place and was put there in her veranda to be kept.
Sections.
It is the same thing.
I have a very... Okay, ladies, calm down. Ladies, calm down. I don't want to raise my decibel level. Please wait. Okay, no. Let me ask this panel. Let me ask... Wait.
CBI did
one second. I have a question, please. I have a question just like a lot of our viewers who are... Okay.
No, but is it the same?
No, wait. Arre, rukiye. Yes, Priya.
Sanju, I like how you get so technical when it comes to your points, but you completely ignored the technicalities quoted by everyone else on this panel.
That's
specifically.
See, that's something. See, that's something which is obvious to you. If it is obvious to you, it will be obvious to the entire all those watching the Newshour tonight. It just stands. That's why Priya.
So every time you say technical,
we will catch her on the technicality. Hang on. Now,
you really were that technical.
I have a layman's question. I have 3 lawyers sitting here. I have one more sitting here. Now, please. No, please. Let me ask you this. Okay. Now, Swapnil.
answers.
Swapnil is a big man, but he's getting bullied by the ladies on the Newshour tonight. But please, Swapnil, my question is, as a septuagenarian,
right,
as a person who's spent a lot of time behind bars, irrespective of the sections on her, are there rules on parole and furlough which are applicable to prison inmates? When you say good conduct, will you look at ki iske upar kaun si dhara and then they look at this good conduct?
No. Once you are inside the prison cell, then you are just as equal as the rest of the gang.
Correct.
And
so as my understanding, and viewers, and please correct me, Nitin and all of you, that condition or case for parole is not given based on the charges that are upon you, but on the reason why you are asking for parole.
Yes.
Correct.
Is that right or wrong?
Absolutely, you are Anand. You are absolutely right. It is
punishment is above 5 years.
Yeah, but
he is not entitled for.
I'm saying,
yeah, but that is different. I'm talking
in terms of if you're in the same bandwidth, right? Irrespective of what section you are on.
His question, can I
rape and murder?
That's different. That's out.
Yeah.
His question, but his question at the moment rests on the fact that when you are inside the prison cell, regardless of what crime that you've committed, your good behavior is subject to the equal parameters that are applied to everybody, whether he's committed a theft, whether he's committed a sexual rape, assault on someone, or whether it's a rape or it's a rape of a minor.
Correct.
Now, my point, to come back to the debate, is the spotlight is one of the main things which I think the panel seems to be missing here, is that on its own, the state government is saying to the High Court that if there is a flouting of the rules, then we'll send him back to prison. Isn't that a confession in its own sort? If I was, may I finish, please? May I finish? My question, my statement to the court would be very simple. I have not committed a flouting of any of the rules. The rules have been applied squarely and fairly to Sanjay Dutt, and he deserved to be remitted and let free on the basis of this. Now, this is what you have to, then this is my submission. This is what I would say as a state government. So I will not, and then leave it to the court. Absolutely. That's right. That is right.
But they know they got on the back.
No, wait. Please, Nasir Abdullah has his hand up. Yes, Nasir Abdullah. Yes, I've not forgotten you. You're a little far away, but you're there on the window. People are watching you on the news.
Mr. Nasir Abdullah, please don't side with the jail superintendent. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can say anything else.
I just wanted to say. Just one. Yes. I'm just saying it is obvious that the rules have been bent for Sanjay Dutt because he's a bit of a VIP, and I understand that. It happens all the time. VIPs in the prisons, they have a lot of access to mobile phones and the chicken tandoori and alcohol, and I'm okay with that.
Color TV, plasma, and they're even given 5 cells in kitchens.
And I'm okay with it.
Oh my God.
You're okay with it? You are okay.
You know,
you know what you've done, Nasir Abdullah? In one sentence, you moved. In one sentence. Let me just say this. Nasir Abdullah, with due respect to you, sir, in one sentence, you have gone from the sublime to the ridiculous.
Absolutely.
That's what you've done. You've like oscillated from the pendulum right from one corner to the other. And it's only somebody with supreme ability like you who can do that. I respect that, but in all seriousness, sir, I agree with the first half. I disagree with the latter half. The first half, rules have been bent, favors have been given, but my point is, sir...
But I don't agree with the first half as well, because that's such a lame statement saying it happens all the time.
No. The first half where rules have been bent.
That it happens all the time.
From it happens all the time, he started swinging from sublime away from it to the ridiculous. That's what happened. But
our debate, he changed.
No, sir, this was submitted by the state government, and this is in absolute defense of what the way Sanjay Dutt was treated. Correct?
See, these documents was filed by the government, filed by the AG before the Bombay High Court. There is one more affidavit filed by the jail authority in the last year, and this present document in your hand, that shows the actual date. Sanjay Dutt, on which date he should go on parole and which date.
I just want to see if we have those numbers ready, and let's just put that up as Nitin is speaking about it. Do we have the numbers ready? Can I get a copy? Yes, can we just put that up, please? Yeah, I'm good. Talk about it.
I have better copies. The date has been mentioned by this AG in this summary, short summary.
Yes.
These are the actual dates. on which date he should go on parole and which date he should return to the jail.
Right.
And one more affidavit filed by the jail authority. There are many discrepancies in this affidavit.
Right.
That affidavit shows that he was released prior to the scheduled date.
Yeah.
Before 1 day before prior to the scheduled date.
That's the number. See, the rules followed or flouted. We are saying date of surrender was the 16th of May 2013. The day he was released was 25th of February 2013. Sanjay Dutt, in total of 1,260 days or 42 months. Now subtract 256 days of the remission, 8 months and 16 days. He waited out of furlough for 44 days. He was out on parole for 120 days. A total of 164 days he was out.
Which is 14 days less according to...
One second.
Yeah, so
I'll point out. On page number 4, EJ has stated that the total period of parole, the period of parole starts from 22nd.
अभी इधर एक बात बताइए आप नितिन, मैं आपको भी जरा क्रॉस क्वेश्चन करता हूँ. It is not supposed to be both ways. Let me see if I can trade a few blows with you. See, this is what I have got, that according to Bombay High Court judgment, an application for furlough has to be decided by the authorities within 45 days of receiving it. अब आप डेट पढ़िए, डेट ऑफ एप्लीकेशन एंड डेट ऑफ ऑर्डर कब है?
Date of application is on 8 July 2013.
8th, and when is the date of order?
6 furlough. 6 December.
16th. How many days हो गए?
More than your days.
Much more than.
Much more than 45 days.
Right.
So jail authorities have flouted that norm.
Right. Yes.
So even Sanjay Dutt is not khas admi for them.
Can I?
They are being negligent everywhere.
Correct. So either Sanjay Dutt has also not been treated as a special person, or they are absolutely negligent everywhere.
Exactly.
One second.
One minute. Now the second aspect.
Go to next page.
Yeah, the next page. I have the next page.
There is a list of furlough. One second. There is a list. Kindly see the date. 24 June 2013.
Correct.
And first date is 8 July 2013. Both applications made at the same time. Similar time. Because this application was considered during the pendency of this application, the other application has been moved.
And point is, even in terms of parole, my point is that the jail authorities have taken their own sweet time to grant him parole. They have been negligent even there. His rights as a prisoner have been flouted even there despite the court order. My point is that at any level, the rules have not just been bent, they have been flouted. They have been flouted to even harm Sanjay Dutt's personal rights as a prisoner. And if Sanjay Dutt's rights have been harmed, imagine what happens to the rest of the lot.
Can I just say,
no, this is a technicality and we need to talk about it. Let Priya speak. Let Priya speak. Let Priya speak. Let Priya speak.
Whoever is watching this debate, we need to be very clear about the fact that we are not sitting here wanting Sanjay Dutt to go to jail.
Yes.
We are sitting here criticizing the jail system. We are here criticizing the jail authorities on the way they have
specifically the Home Ministry of the Maharashtra government, which is directly under the Chief Minister's office, because who came out and justified and agreed with Sanjay Dutt's early release and said there is nothing, no rule has been flouted, and today tells the court that if you say so, sir, we are ready to send him back.
Let me please make a limited point. I want to make one limited point. You know, since people have been taking digs at me on the technicalities that I've pointed out, let me now come to the spirit of the whole issue. Okay, because you have to follow rules in letter and spirit. I think that's a given.
So it is not
let me come on, Anand.
The first point that we start. What did? Okay, let me hear.
Let me make a point and then you rebut.
No.
Let me make one
point. You answer his question.
I will answer his
question. First on the Newshour. First point he raised was that he was number 238 in the second list, and he became 28. He was 203, and it was number 10. Was the reason for furlough or parole of the remaining 150, 200 odd not as urgent as Sanjay Dutt?
My other question is that when he has jumped his furlough,
Anand, you cannot ask the question.
He has jumped his furlough.
Let me complete what I'm saying.
Jail authority has put up the proposal.
You can then come in.
Put the proposal to punish him for 2-day delays.
We heard you, sir.
Please
let me speak.
Yes.
He has rejected their proposal.
Anand, you will have to moderate this.
This proposal is put up before the principal secretary. Principal secretary has approved this delay. Delay has been confirmed by the state.
You made your points now without interruption. Anyone can rebut me, but let me now finish.
I am replying to Anand.
Yes.
Let her finish.
Now let me make one point. You know, everybody seems to have missed the woods for the trees. We all know that
we've missed the woods for the trees, ladies and gentlemen. When we say 203 to 10, we have missed the woods for the trees. 238 becomes 28, we have missed the woods for the trees.
Can I complete?
Yeah, please.
Everyone knows that the one person who's been fighting for Sanjay Dutt is Markande Kaju. He first came in 2013, then the governor was Mr. K.R. Sankaranarayanan. He said, please give him, reprieve, don't send him to jail. Then in September 2015, he again came to Mr. Vidyasagar Rao. I'm sure everyone here will say, oh, he is a BJP appointee. Be that as it may, why is nobody raking up the issue? Everybody here has admitted that Devendra Fadnavis is the one under whom the Home Ministry falls, and he's, doubling up as the Home Minister, including the Chief Minister. Why is nobody on this panel willing to give credit to the current Chief Minister of Maharashtra that at that point, Mr. Vidyasagar went on record in September 2015, if you Google, that the reason why I decided not to commute Sanjay Dutt's sentence or give him any form of reprieve was on the advice of the Chief Minister and the Home Ministry, which said that it will set a bad precedent. So I don't think that this government has ever had malified intent. Please appreciate. It's a classic case of do.
It's not malified intent. It is bona fide intent for Sanjay Dutt, but no intent for the others is what we are questioning. The other aspect is, what did he say? No, ma'am, what did he? Hear him.
He's walked the talk as the
now you rebut. Now you
cannot be a rebel without a cause.
Please. Now hear what Nitin Satputhe said.
He will be criticized for everything else.
Yes. What did he say? What did the principal secretary? Now please. Now what did the principal secretary say on the 2 days?
And delay has been condoned by the
jumping 2 days of his furlough has been approved
by the principal secretary.
On what grounds?
No ground.
Now you please tell me. Please tell me, sir.
One second.
Sir, your client.
A single day.
Your client.
It is an offence which is punishable with 2 years.
But ladies and gentlemen, the Maharashtra government on this submission believes no rules have been flouted.
Just one point which you made. Just Priya, 1 second. One very important point that you made.
So somebody can jump 2 days of furlough on good conduct.
Anand, just jumping.
No, what did you say? That they have when they remitted his sentence, they considered his conduct even when he was on parole and furlough.
Yes, that is what the court said.
So if somebody
jumps 1 day parole, state government immediately register FIR against him. That is punishable offence for 2 years.
And no further parole and furlough is given.
And Anand, you raised a very pertinent point when you said that July 2013 the application was made for parole, and in December 2013. So they have been negligent about that. Did that thought cross your mind? I think it has crossed my mind, so I don't know whether you agree with it or not, that whether that was done on deliberation to show that there was no favoritism done, and we are always like this with everybody.
Why are we not getting the views of Mr. Rajendra Dhambe?
That's the point. I mean, I don't know. It sounds very fishy. हम तो सबके साथ ऐसे ही करते हैं. जानबूझ के. And then बाद में दे दो उसको.
The jail superintendent on board. Get the divisional commissioner of Pune, Mr. Prabhakar Deshmukh, who gave the file.
I'm sure the High Court will call all of them.
इनको ये सारे नाम मालूम है. And the Home Department has not called them yet. The Home Department still believes no rules were flouted.
I'm sure all of them will be called by the High Court one after the other.
So ladies and gentlemen, 10:50 on the news hour. I have to wind up.
And that is why I
have to wind up.
They know the names, and that is why the Chief Minister says, okay, we will send Sanjay Dutt back. Just don't take any name.
But here's the
don't take any name.
No.
Don't expose our corruption. Don't tell us.
No. Here's the thing. As we wind up to our viewers watching us on the digital platform, virtual reality, and also watching us on your television sets, ladies and gentlemen, rules were flouted. But the fact is, if they were followed, and let's give the credit, even benefit of doubt, despite all the grave negligence and the errors highlighted, we are just saying, why don't you do the same for everybody else? Why give this?
There is no negativity. Equality.
No.
No negative equality.
That's okay.
There is no negative equality.
All right. Food for thought. Dutt jail breaks on the news hour tonight.
That is how they are
Winding up, ladies and gentlemen, winding up. They'll keep debating. I have to wind up. Thank you very much.